now move on to our next session on WIPO Match, for which we have speakers from the WIPO office. The first speaker, Mr. Bajoe Wibowo, the Project Manager, Office of Deputy Director General Development.
Okay, thank you very much for your introduction. Namaste to everyone. And we are very glad to be in this session with my colleague, Ms. Tamara Nanayakkara. And I would like also to ask you whether I can have the hand for the presentation, or you can, or I can, because I have some slide to show.
Yes, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, kindly go to present now option there.
To where?
Your right side, you can see
present. Okay, present.
Click that. Okay. So your entire screen.
Okay, then I have to find my presentation and then I can start. Okay, just a second. I think it's this way. This one, right?
Your entire screen. You just.
Okay. That is it. Okay.
Now you directly go to your presentation.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to talk about one of the platform that WIPO has developed. As you know, WIPO has been is the one of the United Nations specialized organization dealing with intellectual property, and as you know also now innovation is part of our daily life, and more and more people are realizing the potential of it and the value of it and how to commercialize it. Today, we also know that, with the support of the IP Office of India, with CIPAM and also NRDC and other big institutions in India, we know how to file a patent, how to file a trademark, how to file a design, and also to do some copyright protection as well. But once we want to commercialize an innovation, that is the main challenges that everyone is facing. And the reality is that now, as you know, we are living in a globalized world where the competition is very fierce, and everyone is trying to get the edge on certain area of technologies. And I would like to quote a very nice quote from Sir Winston Churchill, who said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, and an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." So this is also the challenge, I would say, today. Once we have innovation, is how can we know that what we are doing is good, is of value. And my colleague, Ms. Tamara Nanayakkara, will explain you later a very other important tool that WIPO has developed, which is called WIPO IP Diagnostic, which can facilitate and help you to have a basic diagnostic of what is your potential business.
Sir, sorry to disturb. Sir, I'm not able to see your PPT presentation. Can you do it once again? Kindly represent, sir. Kindly go to present now object.
Oh, the present object? Okay.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, present now. There you can see your entire screen option.
No. Okay, it's cancel. I should cancel. Share.
Share. Click on share button.
Yes. It's strange. Now it's blocked. Just a second. Let me try again. And now can you see something?
No, sir, not yet.
Oh, very strange. I don't know why.
Or would you find anything like a stop sharing option there? Stop sharing. Would you see on your screen?
I see cancel.
Yeah, cancel. You cancel it, sir. Cancel it.
And I redo again.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, share. And now can you see now?
Not yet. It's not yet appearing.
Still no?
It's coming.
It's coming?
It's coming.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's coming.
So we leave it like that because if I have the full screen, I cannot see. Okay, is it okay like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You can make it full screen, sir. You can make it full screen. Okay, so
he finds it uncomfortable.
Okay, fine, sir. You can continue. We can see this.
So then basically, we at WIPO now, last October, a new Director General was appointed. He happens to be also from Asia, Mr. Darren Tang, as our new Director General. And this new Director General was also the former Director General of IPO's Intellectual Property Office of Singapore, has come with a new vision for WIPO, not only to, and also to demystify a bit, the intellectual property. And he said, IP is not only about technical legal matters. And what I find very interesting, he said, I don't talk about patents, I talk about technology. I don't talk about trademark, I talk about brands. I don't talk about copyright, I talk about content. And his approach now, his vision, is also to make sure that we can create a global ecosystem where all stakeholders, actors of the IP business can benefit and participate in a fair manner in this IP innovation world. And as I mentioned to you before, this has become now very important. And your Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, said, I see startup technology and innovation and exciting effectiveness for India's transformation. And I would like also to mention about this statistic which was done in 2018, which shows that India, I would say, is one of the main the innovators, in Southeast Asia, and which is very impressive. But what Prime Minister Modi has also understood is that we don't know when what kind of result of the research will lead, and for example, he was saying a few years ago we were developing drones for military purposes, but now the drones are used for delivery of product to photo shooting, and this is what now your Prime Minister also is trying to encourage with his government, is to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing the innovation in India, and also to empower, the startup. And I guess my colleague Tamara will probably say something else, since she is also very familiar of the SMEs in India. And that is why also what I found very also valuable is that our scientists, especially the young scientists, should explore the possibilities of the cross-fertilization of research. Possibility of use their research outside their field should always be in front of them. And Prime Minister, during an interview, also mentioned that just recently, that one of the richest men in the world is Elon Musk with his Tesla cars. But Tesla is the name of an inventor also. At that time, when he made this invention about the special motor, for vehicle, it was unknown completely to the world. But now everyone is using basically his technology for electrical car and things like that. So just to give an idea also that you need also to have some projection in the future of what you are doing. But understanding innovation is not only to know how to file patent application, how to do this kind of thing, but it's also to understand all the different links of the innovation cycle towards commercialization. So another good example that maybe you have seen already, this Maslow pyramid. This is a American psychologue, who developed in 1943 the basic human needs. And he said that, human needs always need to satisfy the psychological needs, to have water, food. And then once you have this, you want to go to the upper level and so on. But if it was in 1943, now we are in 2021. And whenever I travel, I must say that I was so addicted to technology. So what do I do the first thing when I come to a place? Do you have a Wi-Fi? What is the Wi-Fi code? This is also innovation. And innovation is part of our daily life. Innovation is surrounding us, and more, we are, because of this globalized world, we are in a place where we have to be more innovative than others. But also at the same time, we have to join our forces, to avoid reinventing the wheel. So what happened? The WIPO Match platform, because now the member states have been realizing more and more, what is, the role of innovation everywhere. WIPO cannot cope anymore with increasing demands, as we used to do maybe 25 years ago, since everyone is requesting for support. So in 2016, WIPO Match, under the impulse of the member state, was created to basically to be a platform to host needs and offers from developing worlds, from countries in transition, offers from industrialized country, and to try to see how we can synergize, between a community which have the same like-minded approach towards development. And I would like to give you, since I like very much, James Bond, I felt that, it was a good opportunity to present you WIPO Match as a synergistic amalgam of vision. Let me come back now to the vision of WIPO. And WIPO, as I mentioned to you, under the leadership of our new Director General, is trying to build an inclusive global IP ecosystem for all countries and their interested stakeholders. The second thing is to work towards a balanced ecosystem where all global innovation stakeholders can participate and benefit from it. Because we don't want only that the one who have the right can only benefit. It should be a fair and equitable, profit for everyone. And then, of course, a forward-looking ecosystem to broaden, as we mentioned before, the perspective of the legal, not to limit only to legal and technical aspect, but also to give, to facilitate the access to the powerful role that IP can generate, can catalyst for investment, as a driver for economic growth, and also to promote the social vibrancy. And of course, to strengthen cross-collaboration. As maybe some of you know, this is the third WIPO Match webinar that we have been organizing. Last year, we had the honor to be doing a webinar with the minister, with NRDC India, and then just recently in December with Karnataka State Council of Science and Technology. And I was saying in all this presentation that in the past, it was almost impossible, maybe, that we could meet you so easily like today. In a way, this COVID has been a kind of blessing as well, because it has obliged us to be more innovative in the way we can reach out to people. And the second thing that I wanted to show is also one of the partners of WIPO, which is the Islamic Development Bank. Islamic Development Bank, just to give an idea, represent a community of 57 countries and a population of 1.7 billion people. And in 2018, WIPO has signed for the first time an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding with a multilateral development bank, and which has made available, can you believe, $500 million, $500 million to spur innovation in the countries of Islamic Development Bank. And the vision that they have is also the same, like the same that Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, has done to empower the people for a sustainable future, to build global partnership. And then they have also made they have also created a competition called Transformer Innovation Program. And even from the people from India can also participate. It's every year, and the top 33, 34 best innovators, just imagine they get support. If you are selected among the winners of the Transformer, you can get the financial support, logistical support, networking support, and financial support from $30,000 to $1 million per winners. Just imagine that. So if you're interested, I can also talk to you later about this program. And the third one is this WIPO Match, basically, is the common link between the vision of of WIPO, the new vision of WIPO, and also the Islamic Development Bank. We are going to organize next week a big event involving the president of the Islamic Bank, 57 ministers from all the member states of Islamic Bank, and also our Director General of WIPO, to talk, to see how we can synergize in an effective manner. And the purpose of this WIPO match is also to empower the innovativeness and the creativity. And of course, in addition to amplify, it's also to provide an enabling environment, taking into account that the main purpose of WIPO Match is also to support, to meet the Sustainable Development Goals. And one of the things that I also wanted to mention, this is also, the global community of WIPO Match. This is a puzzle of people, of human, trying to work together. And this is our basically ecosystem that we are working with all the different these different entities. And my colleague, for example, I'm working, for example, in the regional and national development sector within WIPO. My colleague is from the IP innovation ecosystem sector. So we are trying to join hands to be more powerful, to be, and to take advantage of what these members of the WIPO Match community are able to do. Because the moment you have people of good willingness and willing to support development, then project can come in a more natural manner. Because you have to understand something. You are in India, you are well connected, with different people. But if you will go to the normal channel, it might take more time. Through WIPO Match, today we have a community of about, this is the member of, we are today 120 partners who have joined from 53 countries. But we have also strategic partnership with the United Nations, for example, the United Nations Development Economic Social Affairs, where WIPO Match has been supporting, the development of one of the main platform of the United Nations, which is called Connect 2030, to support science, technology, and innovation. So whatever we publish through WIPO Match, you will have an impact worldwide, not only at the level of India, but your project will be brought up to another level. Of course, until recently, people were not used, to post needs online. And the WIPO Match team, which is a very small team for the time being, is trying to give a customized, approach, help our supporters of the community to understand what are their needs, or what are the offers they would like to propose to the community. And since we have, a number of partners coming from different parts of the world, and I would like to share also some important information. The United States of America has been among the first, the main supporter of this WIPO Match platform, whereas they are industrialized countries. And today, we have the support not only from the United States Patent Office, but also from the State Department, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, one of the biggest Chamber of Commerce in the world, and we have also Autumn, the organization for university technology managers, and which have a network of more than 1,000 top university, among other things, in the U.S. So these are the things that we have once we join the WIPO Match platform. So WIPO Match platform is not a miracle. WIPO Match platform is just an opportunity to reach out in a simple manner, other partners from different parts of the world. And I will also, in a few minutes, give the floor to one of our most respected ambassador of WIPO Match, Dr. Padmanabhan, and who is also from the Karnataka state, who will share with you how she sees also the benefit of WIPO Match. I would like also to mention something very important. Maybe you cannot see that, but I will show you now. This is the map of geographical indication of India. In 2018, I had a discussion, WIPO Match team had a discussion with CIPAM, and we were discussing about the idea to put the 326 geographical indication of India into WIPO Match. Why were we thinking about that? And afterwards, we had also another discussion with the State Council of Karnataka, where we wanted also to bring to the WIPO Match the 42 geographical indication from the Karnataka state. Geographical indication, which are basically of product from agricultural product, handmade handicraft, and food and things like that. So the idea if WIPO Match could be of relevance, for example, for this geographical indication. Of course, as you know, WIPO is dealing mainly with our traditional partner, which is the IP Office of India. We have been now trying to discuss and see to which extent now we can bring this valuable geographical indication product and try to see how we can help commercializing to find market also for that. Of course, in working all together, if we join our forces, we are united, we'll be stronger. And WIPO Match is also, a place where we can brainstorm in a very informal manner. Dr. Sarasija Padmanabhan will share with you some examples how a match is taking place. Because by definition, in the WIPO Match platform, when you have two parties willing to work together based on an existing post of an offer and need in our WIPO Match platform, then we trigger the first communication. And sometimes it happens that the match fits with what as per the requirement of the needs and the offer in the WIPO Match platform. But sometimes it turns into something completely different, but which happen to be also very useful with multiple different stakeholders. And last year during this COVID, we were very fortunate that despite COVID pandemic situation, we were able to match three important, I would say, meaningful matches. The first one was between the University of Network of Technology Transfer of Monterrey from Mexico, which is gathering the top 1,000 network in Mexico, and also with SEAT Spain and Volkswagen Mexico. What was the purpose of this match? This Volkswagen group and SEAT, the car groups from Germany and from Spain, provided technology to facilitate the construction of devices, respiratory devices for non-critical stage people who are affected by coronavirus. We were able to do that. That was a real fantastic triangular South-South cooperation, because we involved also a group from industrialized country, and I will share with you later after this presentation to Madame Aurora my presentation, and also the different examples that you could probably go through it after that and go one after the other. The second match that we also managed to do, despite the fact that nobody could travel, it was a memorandum of understanding between the government of Indonesia and the 20 countries of the African Regional Intellectual Property Office regarding the provision of two software for the registration of copyright works and on traditional genetic resource and folklore works. That was done, to online, and because, as I mentioned to you, we had to be more innovative, not to be scared by the challenges, but to be pushed, forward. And then the last one is also a very interesting success story on an application that Magma Learning, one of the supporters of WIPO Match, a Swiss company, who was awarded about 2 months ago as the best innovation in terms of artificial intelligence. And this application has been facilitating the patent examiner of the ARIPO people from the African Regional Intellectual Property Office to do a kind of refreshing of the knowledge to application, and that is something which can be of interest to many other countries, because this is today when we are learning something, we tend to forget. We learn before for the exam a number of information, we try to digest it, but after a few days we tend to forget that. And now today with this technology, this application, it has become a very friendly application, and that could also help something to benefit from it and to be more knowledgeable in specific areas. So these are some examples that I wanted also to share with you how powerful it is to be linked in this WIPO Match platform. Today we have to take advantage of the technology, of the innovation, things that are given to us. So now, without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Dr. Padmanabhan, because the time is very short, and Dr. Sarasija, I give you the floor now. You are in a mute mode.
I just said that I won't take very long. It's just to supplement that what Mr. Wibowo said. A couple of examples and just a reinforcement of that what he said. First of all, we are just very fortunate that a tool or a platform, whatever you may call it, like the WIPO Match, is accessible to us with the very, very well-trained and expert team members of the WIPO Match. Now, this tool takes care of the proximity issues. When something has to evolve, usually they have to be close to each other, right? Like in Bangalore, since I am situated in Bangalore, I'm giving the example of Bangalore. We are called the IP hub of India. And many things have developed here because everything is situated close together. Proximity, lends itself to collaboration and then to the formation of certain results. Now, this proximity also limits development. You might have a certain tool or a certain development or a certain asset in one part of the world, and there might be a need for it in another part of the world. And you might be limited by the distance. Now, WIPO Match does away with that problem. WIPO Match does away with the problem of proximity. You are online. You are all flowing together. If you have posted your needs and offers on WIPO Match, you are all flowing together in the WIPO Match conduit. And these needs and offers are verified by the very expert personnel of the WIPO Match. And this verification assures that you are in trusted hands. Now, if you consider the needs and offers as sticky masses flowing together, right? The sticky masses, okay, let me take an example from enzymology, or because that's my background. We have a concept called the lock and key hypothesis. Okay, what happens in the lock and key hypothesis? A lock needs to have a key to open. And if you open that lock, a certain result fructifies. If you don't have the effective key to that lock, the result won't fructify. Now, what is happening? The lock is also flowing. If you consider the lock as the need and the key as the offer, the lock and key have to come together for a collaboration to happen, right? And if this happens, verified and trusted circumstances, you have a result that comes, which is an effective collaboration or an effective result. Okay, now, or in this COVID times, immunology, if you want to take an example, you have an antigen and you have an antibody. It has to be the right antibody for that antigen for you to have an immune response. That's what's happening in WIPO Match. You have the right need and the right offer coming together under verified circumstances. There is a verified, a trusted atmosphere, totally clear. Now, you would also say, what about national laws? What about national rules? Yes, it is all within the framework of the national laws and the national rules. The national laws always stand supreme. The majesty of the law is never disputed. But the interrelatedness of the requirements, that is what we are optimizing in WIPO Match. Everything is interrelated. It is not only in Mexico that you have a need to take care of ventilators. You have that need across in India, you have this need in Sri Lanka, you have this need all across the globe, right? That need, if once satisfied, does not mean the offer is important after that. It is not. It can continue to cross-fertilize, it can continue to generate results till such time that that problem is solved. So that is the beauty of WIPO Match. It continues to not only cross-fertilize, continues to generate another level of resources, another level of solutions. So now, if you consider it as a pipe in which everything is flowing, it might come together with one need and one offer results in a solution. Now that solution could be a solution to another need and another problem. And it is a spiral, a helical evolvement, so that whatever is generated once evolves to give better solutions to the next. So what we heard from the previous speaker, Mr. Vikrant Rana, that there is a question of demand and supply. Depending on the circumstance, you will evolve the solutions to the problems that which is generated at that time. And rest assured that this is coming to you from the WIPO. It is a platform to be tapped. We have a problem in our value chain from the invention capture to the commercialization, and we need to effectively use it such that the value chain is seamless and the efforts that is being put in by our inventors goes to the market and is realized. Also, it gives visibility on an international platform. It's not going to be restricted by the domestic boundaries, right? And this is within the framework of all the national laws. That's all I would like to share. Thank you very much, Mr. Wibowo, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Padmanabhan, for this additional comment about your experience. Now I have the pleasure to give the floor to my colleague, Ms. Nanayakkara, who is going to talk about the IP Diagnostic, a very powerful tool that you may be interested to use. Please, Tamara, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Bajoe, for allowing me a little bit of your time. And I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to all of you. It's great to be in India. We wish you could be there face to face. So one of the problems, I work for the SMEs division, and one of the problems we often face or we hear is that SMEs are not interested in IP, and they don't believe that IP is of any relevance to them. And why is that? Because they don't believe they have any IP. And so this tool is an effort to respond to that question as to whether there is any IP to be concerned about. So let me try to share. How does that work?
Kindly go to the present now option.
On the right side.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm trying to find
below bar.
Yeah, I'm there, but I'm trying to find the right one because it doesn't show the one I want. Okay.
Please. Yeah.
Do you see it?
No.
Not yet. It has come.
Do you see the website?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So we have, if you see the link, it's wipo.int IP Diagnostic. So it's basically a web-based tool that has a series of questions. It's very simple. So you just go to Start IP Diagnostic, and then you have a series of questions. And I will, for the sake of to demonstrate to you, I will go through the questions. So it asks you initially a series of 10 questions that will ask you the basic issues about your company with respect to IP. So do you have any kind of product, process, or service that you consider new, innovative, or unique? And you say yes. Do you generate materials like manuals, pamphlets, labels, etc.? Do you use features like patterns, lines, colors, or shapes to make the external appearance or the packaging of your product attractive? Do you rely on information or other sign to distinguish your products or services? Do you rely on external suppliers, independent contractors or consultants? Do you have or intend to create a website? Do you manufacture or sell products outside the country where your business is based? Do you have employees? Do you have access to intellectual property services or expertise? So you see from these 10 questions, if I was a small business, maybe I won't answer them all yes, but definitely there will be some that I would answer yes, which means there is some interaction with IP. So if you go next, it opens up a kind of portals for deeper, to go into the issues a bit more deeper. So the fact that you answered all of these questions yes, brings up all of these sections. So just for the sake of demonstration, I will just do one. I won't go through all of them. So I will open this, and because you answered the question, do you have a sign? Do you have a logo that you use? And you said yes. Then you come into this section, and it says, do you have a trademark registered at a national or regional IP office? Now, most likely you did this, you went into this tool because you don't have a trademark registered and because you don't think IP is of relevance to you. So I would say no to that. And then we ask you, is the sign that you use to distinguish your products and services that you said you had at your initial questions, is it an invented word? Is it an existing word? Or is it a word that hints at a product? So we're trying to understand what exactly you're using to identify your goods and services. So let's say, for example, we go with a word that that hints at the product. Like you use the word sunny for lamps. Is the sign you use to distinguish your products or services already registered by someone else? Again, perhaps this is something you're not sure about, you hadn't thought about it. Are you interested in attracting investors to your company? Well, most people are, so I would say yes to that. Have you considered obtaining the right to use someone else's trademark? Okay, let's say yes. Was your mark designed for you by an outside party? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe you designed it yourself. And that's it. These are all the questions that you have to answer to understand the relevance of trademarks to your business. And then you go next, and then you get a report. Do you see this report that comes up?
No, we don't see them. We don't see the report.
Do you see it now?
No.
Maybe it has downloaded. Open that report.
Yeah, I downloaded it and I opened it, but how do I make it?
Now share it once again. Present it now to us.
Yeah.
Do you see it now?
Not yet, madam.
I think
It's loading.
Oh yes, you can see that.
Got it.
Has it come up?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So basically you go through your first 10 questions. You identify the areas that are of relevance to you. I answered them all yes for the demonstration purposes, but like I said, most businesses definitely would have at least 3 or 4 of them that you would answer yes. And then you get the sections that are relevant to you that open, you answer those questions, and then you get a report. And this report is an automated report that tells you a little bit about your exposure to IP. So it says you indicated that you do not yet have a registered trademark or not sure about this. And then it goes on to tell you what trademarks are and why is it important for your business. So it's a sign that distinguishes the goods or services and what kind of signs could be considered trademarks. And then it says why a trademark is beneficial for your business. It makes it easy for consumers to find your products. Efficient communication tool, builds your brand, it prevents customer confusion, etc. And then it says, there was a question that asked you, does your sign hint at your product? Is it an invented word, etc. And you answered that it's a word that hints at your product. then it explains what that means. And then it goes on to tell you that trademarks, there can be strong and they can be weak. And a coined or a fanciful trademark or invented word is a very strong trademark. An arbitrary word is also a strong trademark. But a suggestive trademark, which is something that hints at a product, is not so strong. And a descriptive trademark, a trademark that describes the product, is very weak and might not even be allowed to be registered. So it explains to you why you need to have a strong trademark. And then you were asked whether there's somebody else who had registered a trademark and you said you didn't know. And then it explains to you that you need to search whether there are other people who have similar trademarks. And it takes you to the WIPO Global Brand Database. If you click on that, you will go into the brand database and where you can search for other trademarks that might prevent you from having that trademark. You were asked about investors, then you are explained why a trademark could be a very valuable asset. And if a trademark was designed by a third party for you, this brings up issues about ownership. And if somebody else designed the trademark, it's likely that other person might have ownership to that design, and that could create problems for you. So therefore, you should be aware of that. So these are the issues that you're made aware of, and so you're basically told you have a sign that you could register, but your sign could be something that is a little bit weak, and then some of the issues that you need to think about in having a trademark. So this is, like I said, a very easy tool. I just did one section. I will go back now to the So as you can see, there are several other sections that will take you through all the other areas of IP. And so if you do all of them, you will have a comprehensive picture of the extent to which your business, however small it might be, that it has potential for IP rights and therefore for monetizing those IP rights, using those IP rights, and also for managing IP rights from a risk management perspective. So this is basically what I want to say. This tool is available on WIPO website. We are also encouraging countries to what shall I say, make this tool yours. In other words, make an Indian version of this tool by putting in the Indian information that is relevant into that tool, so that it will be an Indian tool. So we're trying to encourage countries to nationally adapt this tool for their circumstances. So this is a very easy tool that a small business can go into, can play with, and can understand a little bit how IP can impact them. So that's basically what I want to say, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Tamara, and I guess our two presentations are very complementary, and these are the examples of how we also work at WIPO, and especially with this new ecosystem, innovation ecosystem that the new Director General is trying to set. And we were very fortunate that we could have today the opportunity to address to you all. And I guess since now with these new technologies, we know that this video will be recorded, and we will, in addition to the fact that we will send you an email with my colleague about some information that we presented to you, please don't hesitate to share it among your network to sensitize them. And I know that since CIPAM is one of the only, I would say, institution which is basically covering 360 degrees for the promotion of IP in its management in India, that would be a fantastic opportunity, to sensitize about this IP diagnostic tool. So, and I would like just to end with one quote from Mother. If I may just share again, just a second. I can take again the control of the things. Just a second. I want to share something.
Mr. Wibowo, you would need to again present the PPT. You'll have to re-present.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Can you see now? Can you see now?
Yeah, we can see now. Yes.
Because I decided here. So I would like to end with this very inspiring madam from your country, which says, you know, God doesn't require us to succeed, but only require that you try. We have to try, not only for us, our personal purposes, but we need to try to do something better for our country and the world. But let's start first at our country level first. And you could see now with my colleague, you know, that we have now the tools. Even if we are in a remote place somewhere in the world, if you have internet, you have the Wi-Fi, as I mentioned to you, you can access, you know, to the world in a more friendly manner, in a simple manner than before. So again, thank you on behalf of my colleague, Dr. Padmanabhan, for this opportunity. And of course, we are now available for any question you may wish to ask. Thank you. So I give you the floor, Madam Aurora. Or Mrs. Aurora or Mr. Vivek.
Sir, thank you. This is Nagarjun from Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology. So it's a very privilege that people had an overview with the WIPO Match. Madam also demonstrated very neatly so that people easily understand the diagnostic tool. I hope the participants can utilize this. They can evaluate their IP as well. Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for being a part of this particular program in association with CIPAM and KSCST. Now I request participants to kindly pose questions regarding the WIPO Match or whatever the sessions had been in the morning. You can post some questions. Or else you can chat in the chat box also. If you have any questions, you can chat in the chat box, and also you can post the questions to the experts.
On my side, as I mentioned to you, I will send you additional information that you can digest, and of course you will have all our contact details from my colleague, Madam Nanayakkara, and myself. Please don't hesitate to ask. We are available and at your disposal, of course. And
sure.
And we hope that we'll be able also to do something together to do a nice project, a public-private partnership or whatever project, just to showcase, you know, the value of your innovation. The statistic which was presented in 2018 shows that India is playing a very important role in the innovation. We know that India is one of the hub for IT development, but now it's also important now to take advantage of this platform to interact with other regions in the world. We can interact on source cooperation basis with Africa, with Latin America, Caribbean. So many projects are there. And I will invite you also to go to the WIPO Match platform. I will send you a number of links and successful stories, how it has been shaped, and so that for you to see, maybe to get some ideas on to do something similar, but from your place. And Tamara, would you like to add something also, maybe on the top of what I just said?
No, I think that's fine. I think you've covered all the bases. Thanks, Bajoe. As you said, we are available for any questions, any support, and any cooperation that is possible. Thank you.
Participants, I would request that you ask the questions. Do not be overwhelmed by the subject matter. It is very, very much applicable to you, and the WIPO is available to you. It's not every day that officials from the WIPO would come and address on this platform. So please take this opportunity and ask your questions. Yes, please.
Can I ask a question?
Of course. It's pleasure.
Sir, whether WIPO has started their summer trainings programs and even on online distance education programs again?
It's always an ongoing process. The WIPO distance learning is always an ongoing process depending on the needs at that particular moment. If there is a substantial critical mass, the course is rolled on. Any other relevant questions relevant to WIPO Match or to the IP diagnostic tool?
I guess what I propose
Also mail your questions to CIPAM and to the KSCST. It would be forwarded to the WIPO officials and you would get your answers. Please do not feel overwhelmed or shy because the officials are addressing you. This is an opportunity, make most of it.
Okay, let me just share with you some little story. In 1998, I joined WIPO, and my first mission was in 1999 November in Colombo with this young lady who is just with me today. So for us, it's the first time after 22 years that we have been working again together. And just for the little story, I will send you our picture 22 years ago in the email so that you can see that we have not changed. We have not changed. We are less shy than 22 years ago. That is why we talk. And I know that my colleague Tamara has been also very lucky. She has now a new puppy who has been also a new puppy who has been trying to bite her while we were talking here. So that is why, well, I mean, at the end of the day, we wish you all a good health. We wish you all, many blessings from the Almighty. And hopefully that we can meet in person soon. It's nice to be in the virtual, but it's better when we can meet face to face. And once again, we thank you for your time and attention. And we are really thankful also to Dr. Padmanabhan for her amazing leadership and innovativeness in how to reach out to Indian stakeholders. So. And we invite you. We will send an email to Madam Aurora and Dr. Padmanabhan and Mr. Vivek, and then maybe you can share to the participant. And yeah, oh please, you would like to ask a question? You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, it's not a question, but I would like to place on record that Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology is blessed with Technology and Innovation Support Center of WIPO, which has been granted to us, and we have been successfully doing a lot of activities and programs under this umbrella. That's the first point. Second one, I would also like to say that KSCST is also in the WIPO's facilitation list. We are also in the dictionary of TISC, dictionary of WIPO for facilitation of intellectual property rights. And I would also like to say that from the Karnataka State Council under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka and Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, as well as the Cell for Intellectual Property Rights and Management, CIPAM, under the DPIIT is very much supportive in all our initiatives and activities. I know I have one particular promise which I have made to Mr. Bajoe sir regarding bringing our Karnataka's 42 GIs on board with WIPO's IP Match. So slowly we are exchanging a lot of materials with both of them with respect to their materials, who are the owners, their certification, their authorized users, details, etc. to serve. And the background of why GI was granted to this kind of products, so that if someone wants to have a look at that particular product and know about his historical background, its origin, why it is so famous, why is that having such kind of a sanctity. So these are the things we have already shared, and we are going to fine tune it and bring it more lucrative for the people to take it up. So in that context, on behalf of Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology, I would like to personally thank Mr. Wibowo, Dr. Sarasija Padmanabhan Madam, and Ms. Tamara, and Ms. Diksha Arora, CIPAM, all have been extended a wonderful support for us in conducting this particular 2-day program on IP commercialization and IP auditing. And it has been, I feel that most of the participants who have been here has posed a rightful question. I would also like to bring on record that here we have Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Majumdar, who is once again a program manager at National Research Development Corporation, NRDC. So Mr. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar is also there in this particular program, who are also primarily responsible for commercializing the technology of whether it's a startup or a faculty to the company level. So like how we had Dr. Sahu from Visakhapatnam. So likewise we have Dr. Sanjeev from Delhi, who has been with us, always supporting in various areas. So I would also like to thank on behalf of the present today's speaker, Mr. Rana sir, for being with us for this particular program. I would also like to thank Mr. Nagarjun for his continuous support, and my beloved Executive Secretary, Mr. Hemant Kumar, for all his support in organizing this kind of programs and other things. And now I would like to hand it over to Ms. Diksha Arora, madam, if you have anything to say. Diksha ma'am?
If she's not, putting on record Vivek's invaluable contribution to making this webinar and this talk of Mr. Wibowo and Ms. Tamara, a good one.
Yeah, and I would like also to take advantage of this very good discussion that we will bring forward the idea, of bringing this GI from CIPAM and Karnataka State Council to, and then we can see how we can do something, and commercialize it, with other stakeholders, because this is the right timing now. Anyway, thank you again for all your time, and I wish you all the best, and looking forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you.